Well, this year's NAPLAN results have been released and migrant students are topping the class. I'll have to Gabriella Power and Sydney Gabriella to take us through some of the results and analysis.
Pete, the latest national literacy and numeracy test results have been published, and according to analysis by the Australian newspaper, by Year 9, migrant students are outperforming local students. Despite the educational disadvantage of language barriers, students whose second language is English or who come from non-English speaking backgrounds are outperforming local students. We'll bring up this graphic and show you the results for Year 9 reading. 7.3% of migrants achieved a top band, you can see there, and this is compared with 4.6% of students with an English-speaking background. Looking at maths, migrant students did even better. 11.2% scored the top band in numeracy, compared with 4% from English-speaking families. Migrant students account for 90% of enrolments in Australia's top-performing public schools. The NAPLAN results also shows that free selective high schools in New South Wales, Queensland and Victoria outperformed many of the private schools, Pete.
Gabriella Power, thank you. Let's bring in Susie O'Brien, now News Corp's education editor, for her take. Susie, good to see you. Thanks for your time this morning. So what do you think is the key takeout from the findings this year?
Well, what I love about NAPLAN, and this is just the best day ever for a data nerd like me, is that parents have the power. Parents can look at their own school's performance against other schools in the state, against like schools. So for years, educational experts have not wanted us to have this data, and now every single year we get it. So, for example, the News Corp mastheads have created these fantastic interactive tools. So you can put in the name of your school, but also the suburb where you live, or perhaps it's a suburb where you would like to live, and you can compare every single school and the ones around you and see how your school is performing. And, you know, that is just such great power for parents. Yeah.
Now, and folks, if you do want to see that, you can visit theschoolshub.com.au. If you're interested, it's a very good point there. Let's go to your state, where you are now in Victoria. Girls, I'm just cherry picking some of the results here. There we go. Top secondary schools in Victoria: McRobertson Girls High School, Melbourne High School, Nussell High School. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. You might be able to help me out there. But girls are doing better than boys. But maybe that doesn't come as a surprise.
Look, we've done some great analysis showing that girls are outperforming boys, particularly girls at girls-only schools. And so out of the top 100 schools in Victoria for secondary, there were 28 girls' schools and only 12 boys' schools. And in the top 4 in Victoria, they're all the selective schools. But number 1 in the whole state is the selective girls' schools, McRob High. So we're very proud about that.
Interesting too, up to Queensland, that one of the top 2 schools are public schools in the public system.
Yeah, this is really fascinating. So parents now have the knowledge and the information to make really good choices about where they want to send their kids to school. So we not only know that often you spend the money, you get the results at private schools, but that in every state and in every area, there are superstar state schools who are performing well above the $1,500 or whatever parents are paying. So we now have the knowledge to be able to work out all of those superstar schools in each state. So you're not paying 30 or 40 grand a year, you're paying, maybe $1,000 a year to move into those suburbs and get your kids into those schools. Okay,
Susie, we're out of time, but appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us. And just a reminder, folks, there, all that information on your individual school that you want to check out, schoolshub.com. The Schools Hub, there it is there. That can do it a little bit better than me.